Dear all, I hope this video finds you all. Welcome to another episode of What Exactly Do You Do? In this episode, I have another amazing guest. Her name is Bamishe, and she's going to introduce herself and tell us how she has come to know me. Welcome, Bamishe.
Okay, hi all. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Bamishe and I'm a product manager. How did I get to know you, Jennifer? I think it was not, I know it was through church, right? We were in the same group, like a roots group, right? So that was how I got to know Jennifer, really.
Yeah.
And then I think since then, I just, adore her kind of person. I'm not lying, but it's true. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm blushing.
Yeah, no, serious.
Thank you for introducing yourself. So before we get into the questions, I like to do something called an icebreaker session where we break the ice.
Yes, I'm ready for that.
So in the basket, just pick a paper. It's a handwritten question, so hopefully you can see my handwriting.
Okay. I want to pick. Now let me see. What is the most silly thing I have spent my money on?
Yeah.
Most silly.
Yes, that you're like.
Most silly thing
I know that it was silly.
I honestly I can't place it, but there's sometimes when I spend money on my wigs, I'm like, really, Bamishe, I just spent that amount on a wig.
It's an investment, so I guess.
An investment?
Yeah.
Oh well. If you want to say that, okay. To make yourself happy when you buy your wigs. Oh well and good.
Yeah. To be honest, let me just open myself out here now. I have just 3 wigs because I don't wear wigs.
Your hair is long now.
It's not that. It's just that. So when I first started working, I used to wear wigs, and then it used to hurt my edges. Like I'll have serious headache. So when I investigated and saw that was the reason, I stopped wearing wigs. So the 2 wigs I have are headband wigs, right? So it doesn't really stay on my edges. And then there's one I bought last year, but it's also not on my edges, like a U-part wig. So
so that U-part, right? So a friend of mine, she actually does that now, and I'm like, I think that's what I want to get, because it's just investing money in closures and frontals. They wear out over time, right? And it doesn't make sense to me. You spend money, and then before you know it, you need to go and start ventilating the closures and all that. So I'm just like, maybe I'll just start doing U-part closures, and I think I'll be all right. Leaving my hair out, it's okay.
But if it means anything to you, I think like you have nice wigs and like you look like
I know. Yeah.
I'm not planning to talk about wigs today.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're just going to get into the questions, and I think first one, and like I always ask everybody, is what is your job and how long have you been doing it for?
Okay. So I mentioned earlier that I'm a product manager, right? So I work for a fintech.
Okay.
Not just any fintech, right? A unicorn fintech. Okay, so I'm a product manager, so I manage products basically, right? So I'm in charge of, how merchants collect payments, right? That's really what I do. So the brain behind it, the strategy behind it, the development behind it, right? The thinking behind it, really, that's what I do. How long have I been doing product management?
Yeah.
Right. So I was 6 years last year. Woo! So yeah, 6 years. I'm not a small girl in the industry. Hey, see me hyping myself, but yeah.
It's good to hype yourself.
I know. So yeah, that's it really.
Okay. So my second leading question is, when you were giving birth to, on the 7th day, we like to do a dedication, and then they would pray over the baby. So while they're praying over you, they say, this girl named Bamishe, we dedicate her unto the Lord, and unto us a child is born, and she shall be a product manager. If that was not the case, how did you come to know about product management. Also walk us through like your journey from preferably secondary school, like your high school senior year where we choose between science, arts, commercials, so that we have an understanding of whether it played a role into what you chose in university and eventually product. Because I even doubt that there was anything like product management when like we're still in school. So just walk us through your journey.
Okay. So let me start from I mean, as kids, right? What you really hear people say is, oh, I want to become a doctor. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a banker. So those were the careers that were reigning then. And again, looking at your parents as well, right? Those were the things that they did. Yeah. And just felt like, okay, for you to be successful, right? This is the career path that I need to, you know, toe in, right? Now, in secondary school, I just decided to go to science class, right? Not because I had any form of, there was no, I wanted to be a doctor, but it wasn't anything from inside, like, oh, I really like this. Yeah. It was just because it was a common thing, you know, and that's what people were doing as at then.
The norm,
yes, it was just a normal thing, right? So I just was like, oh, I want to become a doctor and all about that. So I went to science class, and again, most of my friends were going to science class, so why not? I mean, why not follow them? Hello. So I went to science class, and then I liked biology.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know, very interesting. I liked biology, and I was just like, okay, it was easy for me, right? So I was just like, what can I do? When I was in SS3, I was like, what can I do, you know, when I enter university, right? What courses can I pick? So, you know, there's this thing that you look through for courses. Yes. So I was just checking. I saw biology. And I was like, this biology is looking like the same thing. Let me give it a bit of spice. You get what I mean? And then I saw microbiology. So I was like, okay, at least this is a bit different. This micro was the spice. Exactly. So I just selected microbiology. So my first choice was microbiology. Okay. So I picked two schools, right? So Babcock University and Covenant. So yeah, so for Babcock it was microbiology first choice, and then for Covenant it was biochemistry. Okay. Right. Okay. Then also the same second choice for Babcock was biochemistry, like that, and then microbiology. So I just tweaked it as far. So got into Babcock, did microbiology. Yeah. So you know, when you're in 300 level, right, they will usually ask you to go and do an internship. A mandatory
internship sideways.
Exactly. Yeah. So I did that. Okay. So my dad used to work in Coca-Cola back in the day. So he got me an internship role in Coca-Cola. Okay. And then I had to wear, you know, lab coats, wear, you know, earplugs, wear boots, wear hair nets. And I'm like, this is not for me now. This is not the kind of thing I want to do in my life. I cannot come to a lab, be preparing a gas and, you know, looking for microorganisms that did not lost, you know.
They lost, and then, if you lost.
And I had to, you know, take every morning you take samples from the drinks, from the water that is being used to, you know, all those things. And I'm like,
but to what end? Because I've always been curious about what microbiologists do.
So you check for microorganisms, really. Okay. Right. Okay. And how they maybe affect you as a human being or maybe animals and whatnot, right? Okay. Then also you are able to maybe get, so my project now, for instance, in uni was about, I'm trying to remember now, but it was about if there is a synergistic effect between, I think, antibiotics and something, and I think an agbo, medicinal herbs, I think so. Is there a synergistic or is it an antagonistic effect, right, that it causes to the human body? So as a person, can you take antibiotics and take agbo and you'll be okay and nothing will happen? Yes. Are those things complementary to each other? Yeah. Right. Yeah. So that was really what my project was about then.
What was the result of your research?
I cannot remember. Honestly, cannot remember. I mean, it's been a very long time. Yes. It was nothing. I was just going with the flow, really. It wasn't like, and I was a very, you know, I will say maybe an A student.
In
In a way, sure. Let me just put it that way. But but yeah, so yeah, I was just going with the flow really. Then after uni, or after that, after my
internship.
the internship,
Yes.
right, I just thought about it that, is this the way you want your life to be going? Is this how you actually want to do things? But still, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that, man, I cannot spend the rest of my life in a lab.
So even if you didn't know what you wanted to do, you knew what you didn't want to do.
Exactly. So
Which
I knew
is
that
a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this, right?
Yeah.
And then also at that time, after uni, a lot of people were going into working in banks. That was what was in vogue then as well.
Okay.
Right. So I did an exam, like this computer-based test that you do when when you apply for a job. So I did that, and then I passed. That was for Access Bank.
Okay.
I did that. I passed. And then after that, you would have to go for a mandatory training school for I think about 6 months.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So I did that, and after the end of the training school, right, they give you letters, they deploy you to different teams, different branches and whatnot, right? So I did that. Then when I got my letter, I just opened it as, first of all, I first saw head office. No, I was like, wonderful, because if they post you to a branch, I mean, what you're going to do there is, operations, marketing, right? And I didn't want to do that, right? So I first saw head office. That one was a consolation for me. And then I now saw product manager, mobile financial services, or digital. I can't remember whether it was mobile financial services or digital services, something like that, right? I saw that my letter, even though I did not know what product management meant, right? I was just like, praise God, though. At least they did not deploy me to a branch. And then I was just trying to, console my friends that they deployed to branch. Sorry, everything will be well with you. You'll be okay. You'll be good.
Oh my gosh.
And then from there, I got into my role. There were two people there that I think shaped my career, because these people helped me grow. I was able to know how they thought about things, how this will work, what we need to do and stuff like that. So in Access Bank, I was managing the mobile banking application as well as internet banking, for Access Bank with a couple of other people. So and looking at it, I was like, this is not bad though. This is not a bad career path. I'm like, why not? Let's just see how it goes. But then in banks, I mean, as at then, right, it wasn't like the full-fledged product management. It was just more like, it was more of gross product management, where obviously the banks are concerned about their revenue and all that's right. And then there was a different aspect of the bank, like a fintech foundry, right, that was involved in the development of the product and all that. So I started from the not so full-fledged product management like that. And then I had to take courses, because I'm like, this is where I'm meant to be, right? I kind of just do the whole 10 yards of full length, right? And then I took some courses.
Personal or?
No, personal. No, personal.
Okay.
It was personal. If you wait for anybody, you're on your own. No. So I took some courses. Because why did I take, what pushed me to take those courses? Right. In as much as I wanted to do them. So I started doing interviews. Right. And then, they ask you some questions and I'm like, which one is this one again? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
And then from there I'm like, there's obviously a gap. Do you understand? Somewhere.
Yes.
And you need to fix this thing yourself. Because if you have been in this company for 1-2 years and maybe you've not heard some certain things like this, that means there is a gap, and if you continue this way, you would obviously remain this way. Exactly. So I needed to go and start researching, okay, what can I do, what are the things I needed to do. And I also had thankfully had someone that mentored me, Yes, and I feel like that is something that maybe a lot of people take for granted, right?
Okay.
I had someone, right, that mentored me, and that made it
also in the bank as well.
Not in the bank, actually. I'm even trying to remember how. Okay, I feel like all these things just fell into place, right? Because how I even got to meet that person was, I was just speaking. I think I was just going online or something. And there was an interview. There was a job application.
Yeah, job opportunity.
Yeah. So I just applied, and then I just wanted to, obviously, before you go into the interview, you need to maybe have an understanding of maybe what they do, what their products are like, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just went on that site. I was just trying to check through their products and all that. So there's a place where they tell you, or maybe you will just want to learn more about the product. You want maybe their sales team and all that to reach out to you and all that. So I did that. And then one of their sales representatives reached out to me, like the head of sales or something. So I think maybe because he was trying to, because I put in my Access Bank email.
Okay.
Right. So obviously maybe they're trying to get into access. So he called me.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
He called me, and then he was like, "Oh, okay, that's obvious. They're trying to get into access and all that, and he was just saying some things, and it just felt like, oh, maybe I knew, some of those things that he was saying, and just like, this is probably like the best person that can help us. I'm like, that's just small guy in this place,
Yeah.
And then from there, we just ended the call, and somebody just told me to call him back.
Okay.
And then I called him. And then I was just like, I'm fine. I'm looking for work.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, you can connect me with someone and blah, blah, blah. And then from there, that was how I got to meet, the person that mentored me.
And the person was in product management.
The person was in product management as well.
Interesting.
Yes.
I've never heard that before. Like,
really?
No, like the way you connected to him, like,
it was very random. It was very, very random. Wow. Very random. And I feel like I've seen that in a couple of, my career in general.
Yes.
Right? Like just very, very random things.
Now that I think about it, my mentor interviewed me on my second internship.
Nice.
Literally. And then I was just like, okay, because I was really heavy about investment banking, blah, blah, blah. And then I eventually got corporate banking, and I've said like the story before on how I even got the job. I did like a cold email to HR because I messaged like 20 investment banks, and then 20 ones that got back to me, and then did the interview, and I got the internship, and he was there on the this day, and then I asked him, and how many years now? So very random, but I think for you it's just you literally put your email on their website, and they think, oh, this is a possible sales opportunity to access bank, not knowing that you were looking for work.
Exactly. So you see how that is, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Then where did I even stop?
Yeah. So I interrupted you. I asked you how you met like the mentor and stuff like that, but he said he was going to connect you to somebody.
Yes.
I think maybe for your next job, I don't know, but
so that's how I started, right?
Okay.
I had that mentor, and then from there I was able to, like, this person will literally have maybe meetings the whole day, and then will still sacrifice time to make sure that, oh, okay, he puts me through some things, share materials with me, or ask me, like, it was just, I just felt like, it was just God sent. Do you understand what I mean?
Exactly.
And, you cannot eliminate God from your...
Yes. Take the...
So, yes, exactly. Not pushed me because I had that zeal to already. So I want to be better, right?
Yes,
but it was just more like an added advantage for me that I had somebody that could hold me and say, oh, go this way, don't go this way. You get what I mean? Exactly, a guide.
Yeah. Oh.
Then from there, what even happened? I just randomly, somebody messaged me, right? How I got my next job.
Yes.
Somebody messaged me, and she was like, oh, that she has a friend that is supposed to apply to a job and all that. And that, what they require is for the person to have knowledge on, mobile apps and all that. So she was now like, well, can I help the friend answer some questions? So she sent me the questions, and then, I was just answering her and all that. She was like, and she even thinks I'm even the best person for the job. But even though the friend still did the job and all that. And the funny thing is, my would I say the person that was supposed to be my manager, right? He already stopped collecting CVs, applications, and all that. And that person now, she's now my very good friend, right? So she was like, oh, that you should just try this person. Try this one. Yeah. So I was more like maybe like the last person that maybe he interviewed and stuff like that. And funny enough, that mentor also worked in that same position.
Are you serious?
Honestly.
Okay.
So he also worked in that same position.
Wow.
Right. So it was, for me, it was just very easy. So it could even just maybe place a call to him to say, oh, I have this person that even, applied and blah, blah, blah. Yes. In as much as obviously you must have done good in the interview. Exactly. Right. It's not a case of, oh, just pick this person because you know someone and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You've done good in the interview, and then obviously that person is also able to speak for you.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that also happened, and then I got the job. I did not interview. I did not do anything. It was just a case of, oh, send me your CV. I sent it, interview. Okay, did the interview. And then there was somebody that could also speak for you as well. Yeah. So that was how I was able to get my second job at InterSwitch.
So you did not interview?
No, I didn't. What I mean, I did not apply. Sorry.
Okay, you did not.
I did not apply. It was just a recommendation. Yes, a recommendation.
Yes.
Right. So I did that, and then worked there for 2 years. I mean, 2 years on the dot. Yeah. Then from there, moved to my current position now at Flutterwave, right? And it's for Flutterwave, right? I applied. I just applied randomly on LinkedIn. Trust me. So what happened was I was just, I was tired of, doing the regular, in Access I was a product manager for mobile banking, for the mobile apps.
Yes.
In InterSwitch as well, I used to build mobile apps for banks, for financial institutions and non-financial institutions.
Okay.
So it was just more like a mobile app thing. And I wanted something more, right? I've always wanted to know how payments worked, the orchestration of payments in general. So I just wanted something more. So I just wanted to just, and I just wanted to just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I just applied. I didn't even apply for a product manager of the products that I'm working on now. I just applied. It was just a case of I just wanted to leave. And I don't even think I was maybe thinking properly then. I was just maybe tired.
Yeah.
And then I applied for a product manager compliance. And what that would mean is you're just really focusing on, the regulatory aspect of products and all that, right? So interview started, right, with Flutterwave as a compliance product manager. When I got to the level of the VP interview level, right, he just says, okay, so we have 2 roles, right? We have 2 roles. We have this compliance role, we have an SMB, a product manager role, and all that. And he's like, oh, which one? He gave me a blank check, right? Which one do you want? And then I said, obviously, I mean, SMB, I don't even want to do compliance in the first place anyway.
What does SMB mean?
So small, medium scale businesses.
Okay.
Right? So products that can, enhance, how SMBs are able to collect payments and whatnot.
Okay.
So he asked about that. So he asked about that and I'm like, oh, okay, I want this. And he's like, okay, no problem. And then we started, interviewing for that role. And that was how I got into the product manager SMB space. Now, after 1 month in Flutterwave, then they say, okay, somebody was leaving the enterprise team, which is what would actually give me that fulfillment. That's what I wanted.
Oh, okay.
In as much as the workload is crazy. I did not even know that until I entered it, Yeah. But I knew that that's what I wanted. So I was I was very much okay with it. I just wanted to learn.
Okay.
So somebody was leaving and then they're okay, who do you think is the best person that can, fit into this role and will still, be able to manage and do things well. I mean, when I came here, I was giving them as per, yes, I can do it. Yes. You get what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I would say that I was able to just, deliver. I just have that sense of ownership and accountability.
Yes, and
I was just able to dry stuff and just deliver stuff.
Yes,
right?
ability to take initiative.
They're just taking initiative to do things, right? I was able to do that, and then they put me in that role, and then I've been working in that role for 6 months. For 6 months now, and I would say that I've really, really grown, right, in that role. And I mean, anything that has to do with, merchants collecting payments, right? I mean, it's my team.
Yeah.
And that is like the backbone of payments. You cannot be talking payments and not be talking, how can a merchant collect payments using cards, maybe from different parts of Africa or all over the world. So let me say, for instance, Jennifer is a merchant, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer has customers in maybe Nairobi, has customers in Lagos, has customers in Kenya. How efficient what can Jennifer do to even say, I want to collect payments in these different parts of, Africa. You can come and integrate to Flutterwave, right? And then it will be easy for you. Do you understand? Like,
so meaning that, let's say I sell clothes, corporate wears, and then I have clients in Nairobi, South Africa, XYZ. So I think because of possible restrictions in payment, let's say I have a website, and then even if I don't know what integration means, I integrate it into my website. So anybody that puts a card in any country, Flutterwave is able to receive the payment
and process that payment for you.
Process it for me.
Yeah, and then you get settled in your currency.
And that's the job of a product manager.
Yep.
So
okay. Now, so maybe you don't get confused, right?
Okay.
There are different aspects to this, right?
Okay.
Now, for you to be able to process payments, there are obviously some regulatory things that you need to meet, right? There's some,
for example,
regulatory criteria that you need to meet. So let me say now, maybe you need to have a license.
Okay.
Do you understand? To process payments in that particular country. There's sometimes maybe you need to partner with somebody that can help you collect those payments on your behalf.
Okay.
But do you understand? So things like that, there are different nuances to payments, right? And different intricacies, right? Different details that you need to look at, right? To process payments. So then you also have people that help to get the different providers that can actually process these payments. So we have like an expansion team that will go and, maybe scout for providers that can maybe process payments. Maybe because you don't have like an entity in a particular country now, you go and maybe meet somebody that, we actually want to collect payments in so, right? We'll just need you to help, orchestrate these payments and all that, right? And then they're able to do it, right? And you're able to also, as a merchant, collect payments in those countries. So that's how it is really, right? And that's what I do.
Okay. So if I understand correct, because I'm also learning here. I know that, for example, there are some apps that I used to invest, and then in the email you see that we're partners with this stockbroker because they do not have a stockbroking license. So through partnership with the stockbroker, I'm able to buy stocks on the app because they are now on that stock broker,
the person that maybe has that license to actually do that thing.
Exactly. Because licenses are in cheap.
Because if you say you want to wait for licenses, you're going to wait till eternity.
Exactly.
And you know how regulatory bodies are. It could take you 1 year, it could take you 2 years, right, to get licenses. So why not just partner? The only thing there is, obviously, you'll be sharing your
or you pay them like a fee or whatever.
Exactly. That's right. So you will have to share. You have to pay them something. Right. But it just makes more sense. Right. For you to be playing in that, so that you don't wait till eternity.
Yeah. So for a payment company, for example, like Flutterwave. So in terms of like partnership, I'm trying to think of institutions that they're likely to partner with. Commercial banks.
Yeah. So so it depends, right? So let me say, for instance, now, Flutterwave wants maybe Nigerian merchants to be able to collect payments.
Okay.
Right? Maybe in Nigeria.
Okay.
For instance, obviously, they have to partner with banks, right? They have to partner with banks for them to be able to collect payments.
Which would like the banks in, let's say, there's Nigeria and then there's South Africa. Let's do that because I'm trying to like connect the dots. So let's say before now, South Africans can't pay Nigerians. So Flutterwave is coming in, or even if they can, maybe Western Union, you have to, I don't.
Yeah, so Flutterwave is in the middle, right? It's the payment processor.
Yeah.
Now, because maybe Flutterwave is an entity, has an entity in in South Africa, right? So what would happen is, as a merchant in Nigeria, Jennifer is a merchant in Nigeria.
Yes.
Now you come to Flutterwave. Oh, Flutterwave, I see that. Oh, you're able to accept payments, blah blah blah, right? Flutterwave onboards you.
Okay.
Or you onboard on Flutterwave's product, right?
Yes.
And then you are able to collect payments. Why? Because Flutterwave already has an entity in South Africa, right? They have, they're able to, process the payments for Flutterwave, right, in South Africa.
Yes.
So Jenny, a customer from a South African customer, right, that is trying to make payments or trying to buy something on Jennifer's website, for instance, is obviously going to be paying in ZAR, in their currency.
I wanted to say rand.
And yeah, South African rand.
It's rand.
Yes, it's South African rand, but the short form is ZAR.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So you want to collect payments. Obviously, you're going to be collecting payments in ZAR, right? But it's possible for you to get settled in your NGN.
Yes.
Right? Because in the real sense, you might not maybe use the
I mean, not even have a ZAR account.
Exactly.
So they would send me the...
so you can be settled in NGN.
Yes.
You also have different wallets with different currencies. So even if you want your money to be in ZAR, it's possible.
It's possible. Just have that wallet.
You just have that wallet in ZAR currency.
Yes.
And then you can decide that, okay, maybe you want to transfer maybe ZAR to maybe somebody else in South Africa and stuff like that.
Yes.
I mean, there are just different things that are possible.
Yeah.
Right? Just with that partnership with different acquirers or different providers in different parts of Africa.
Yeah. Seems interesting.
I know, it actually is. And I feel like, if you just know the intricacies of payments in general, I feel like your shoulder pad would just be up, honestly, because I feel like it's just very interesting, right? And it's a whole lot. It takes a whole lot for you to know.
Yeah.
But I feel like once you know, you'll be a guru.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about many things at the same time, but I don't want to go off the rail too much. So you mentioned that you work with enterprise now. So I'm trying to see what are the different product manager roles or specialties, if you may. So for example, you mentioned enterprise, SMB, mobile operator and all of that, and everything seems to fall under fintech. So I think my question then would be, does product management only apply to financial technology, or like in what other industries aside like fintech or like banks can product managers work?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So SMB, so let me start from maybe trying to clarify, SMB, enterprise, and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my first, product management role was for mobile financial services, right?
Okay.
And what that meant for me is you are building mobile apps as a product manager. So let me say, for instance,
as a software engineer.
Not so. When I say building, you're obviously going to be working with stakeholders that will help you bring that vision to life. And one of those stakeholders is, developers, front-end, back-end developers. They have to build. They're the ones that are working on the code, right, to make that thing work. But as a product manager, like you're the vision, you're the strategy, you're the, I am the more like thinking about the customer, right? And you're trying to, would I say incorporate the pain points and what you think is the best will give value to your customer and also benefit the business, right? Meet the business objectives, right, as a whole. So back to mobile app development and all that. So you're building apps for, let me say, the likes of maybe First Bank and whatnot, right? So they come and say, oh, this is what we want and blah, blah, blah. As a product person, you say, okay, you try to make them say, does it actually make sense? Is this something that will actually give value, right?
Okay.
What form of, analysis have you done to say, okay, if you actually deploy this thing today now, right? People will actually use it. It will be of value to these people. So like that thinking behind it, right? How this product is going to work, right? So how people can have the optimum experience.
What are the tools you use to help you get these answers that you're looking for in terms of, will this product be valuable to a customer? What are the things that need to be in it? Like, are there tools like, for software engineers, they're using like their Python or whatever to deliver the product. But for product managers, what tools do you use in your job to help you get the actualize the vision that you have?
Okay, so you would obviously do some form of market research, right? Okay. You need to learn about the market. First of all, you need to know the, people that you think you want to serve, right? People that you want to actually use your products, right? Study the market. That's just some form of research that can just come out in maybe PowerPoint deck or whatever. You can also do you also need to do like qualitative and quantitative research as well, right? So you can send out surveys. You can do more like send out like prototypes instead of you maybe waiting till you develop the product. You can just come up with more like a mock-up, right? And say, okay, I want to do some form of usability testing maybe on that maybe design or something, right? And just see how people react to it. Then you can just take your get some inference from just doing that, right? And then that can form what maybe you need to do. You now take that data, right? Take it back, analyze it and say, okay, what do I need to change about this product based on this feedback from this session that I have done or this form of testing that I have done. And then you obviously iterate based on, those things that you've seen. Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned the mobile operators and then I think your name
is a mobile operator, like it's making it sound like telecoms.
No, like mobile web or what they call it?
Mobile apps.
Mobile apps.
I mean, just mobile you have your bank application, right?
Yes.
So building that, right?
Yes,
so that's one bit. That's what I did in Access and EnterSwitch.
Yeah.
Now for Flutterwave, right? You're serving customers, merchants, right? And in Nigeria, you have different like skills of merchants. I'll be all over the world, not just Nigeria.
So you have like small SMB.
Yeah. So you have small and medium scale businesses, right?
Yeah.
You have like the big enterprises.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So there are different things that serve these different guys, right? As an SMB merchant, I am Jennifer who maybe just has a clothing line now, for instance, right?
Yes.
Jennifer is not she's not concerned about coding. She's not concerned about, taking that end-to-end control in the payment processing. Like she's not really bothered about that. She just wants something that is already done.
Yes.
Just put it on my website. So I don't be collecting let me just be seeing my money in my own account.
And
just pay a fee for these transactions. You don't need to do that.
Yes.
You don't even have the resources to do that in the first place. So I'm coming with, an already like a no-code solution for you, right? That you can just incorporate into your product and then you just get your money and then you're good to go.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, there are some other group of customers, or let me just say merchants, right? That they want their own things to behave in particular ways, right? So those are the kind of people that maybe you integrate, that will integrate to your APIs, because maybe they're able to tweak some things, they're able to, just change maybe like the process flow of how they want their own things to work, because they're serving like a different customer. They already have a way that their own system works. Do you understand? So they can just integrate into the APIs and then they are good. But for SMBs, they don't have the resources, they don't have anything. Those ones are already, the enterprise guys, they're already a big company. Yeah. They have people that work for them. They have back-end developers. They have, do you understand?
Exactly.
So it just makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That they're able to take, control of that process on their own end as well.
Yeah. It brought up something for me. So I think there are, for example, Wix and Shopify, they are already made websites that you can just sign up, and then they have
put your logo,
they'll ask you for a logo and all of that, and then they already have pre-made ways or pre-made templates for websites.
Exactly.
So me that I have no experience coding or designing, I'll just pick a template. But for like an enterprise, maybe they want to.
They already have the weeks. Do you know what I mean? The weeks gone.
Yeah,
but for something like an SMB merchant, you're just leveraging on the weeks, right? To make sure that you're able to, serve your customers. You just want to collect payments. You don't have the resources. You cannot go and start looking for a designer. Oh yeah, come at me to do this one. Back-end developer. Nobody has that kind of time.
So I don't have that time, because at some point when I was trying to work on like a website, and there are some things I wanted to change, and they were saying, okay, if you take this and give it to your developer, they can be able to change it into. I have no idea what it is, but for someone like that is like maybe an enterprise, they're able to get their developer to now change like that flow, or maybe template into how they want it to be. Exactly. So instead of adding, maybe normally Shopify is designed to stock up to 50, I can get my developer, for example, to increase it to 100, or for the clothing colors and just
so you can change. Just change,
so you can the structure, the bones are already there.
The bones are already there. So as an enterprise merchant, you can say, I don't want Andy my own. No, I want my own skeleton to look in a different way. Do you understand what I mean? But as an SMB merchant, you have to work with what I give you. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. So
it's clearer now. I want to walk through a day in your life, because now we've spoken about like how maybe at the initial stage when the product is being envisioned, and then you're bringing it to life, you're taking it through the prototype stage. Now the software team have developed it, the UX guys have checked that the interface is working. So after that is done, what is a day in the life of Bamise?
Okay, so a day in the life of Bamise as a product manager in Flutterwave now. Yes, right? So I'll say it revolves around maybe a couple of things, right? So I have like technical deep dive sessions. I have definitely would need to interact with different stakeholders. So there's a need for stakeholder management.
Can you mention like stakeholders?
Yeah, I would do that. But it's just more like a high level summary.
Okay.
Then obviously the product strategy. So as a company, right, you have maybe a strategy. You have a strategy for your product. Now maybe for enterprise, you have a strategy for enterprise in general, right? For the products that serve your enterprise merchants, right? So it could be maybe, you need to maybe do some form of optimizations. You want to come up with a new payment method, right? For a new market, or even maybe a new payment method for an existing market, or maybe you want to reduce costs. You need some form of maybe just think about stuff that will maybe reduce costs, right? So there are just a couple of things. Just the high level is, like have technical deep dive sessions, always, doing stakeholder management, having stakeholder meetings. Then also, the strategy behind the product strategy. So let me say I wake up in the morning, right? What do? I carry my laptop. My laptop. So so I usually would maybe go through like my data, right, to see maybe what we've made. Try to compare figures from maybe this week to last week. If there are any declines, if there are declines, why are we having those
payment
declines?
You mean?
Yes. Okay. So transactions. So as merchants that are transacting, people are using different payment methods, right? Yeah. You want to check what the success rates are, what the failure rates are for this payment method, right?
Isn't the customer service out to that?
No, as a product person,
is a product person. Okay.
You have to check that. So they're different things, right? Now, because you have built some form of monitoring into your system, right? If there's any downtime or anything, maybe from a provider or even internally, you're already triggering notifications to maybe people that will need to look at it, and maybe even send comms to merchants and all those kind of things, right? Yeah. So there are different things, but as a product person, you also need to know, you're checking the figures, right? Yeah. You need to know why did we have this decline? Was there a problem with the provider that we integrated with?
Yes.
Right? Did they have a downtime? Right? If maybe a particular merchant was transacting before, why are they not transacting anymore? Right? Do you need to reach out to the salesperson, like the relationship manager for that account, to say, oh, you need to engage this merchant, or why are they not? Is there an issue? Or was it maybe a case of, oh, they needed an issue resolved and maybe it wasn't resolved on time, and then we need to now look at it and nobody maybe picked it up, or they just felt like maybe there was just an issue and they just said, oh, okay, I want to move to somebody else.
Yes.
You just need to know the different things that could, make maybe your merchants drop off, or maybe if you are seeing even high transactions, oh, okay, did we sign up a new merchant? What happened? Did we have maybe like more uptime from this provider? Did we change a provider or something like that? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So stuff like that. So those things you need to know about them.
Okay.
So it also depends on the time of the sprint. So as a product manager in an agile environment, right? You have like different, artifacts for Scrum, right?
Okay, Scrum.
So so you obviously have like daily Scrum, right?
What's Scrum?
So Scrum is a framework, really, right, that allows you to develop products, right, in different iterations.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So it's not a case of, oh, maybe you have to wait for, let me say you want to build a particular feature now. No, let me say a mobile app, for instance, right? There are different things that would make up that mobile app, right? So you would need to, phase that development into different sprints and into different iterations, right?
Okay.
And then also maybe after you have maybe done the first iteration, you want to quickly get feedback, right, from customers. So you don't wait till the end. You'll have finished building and you now come out. You now start looking for
at each stage,
okay. Right?
Yeah.
It's small by small, right?
Yeah.
At each stage, you are getting, feedback. You're taking that feedback. You're iterating your product, and then you are going back again to see, okay, does it make sense? Does it not make sense? Do I still need to tweak anything and stuff like that? So that is like the more like the overarching objective of Scrum, right? Just to make sure that you are releasing things in bits and you're getting feedback, right? And you're just doing it just small by small, it's just more effective, right? So
it depends
back
on
to
the sprint.
it depends on the sprint. The time of the sprint. So if it's the beginning of the sprint, right, obviously you're going to do some form of sprint planning, right? So sprint planning is just, okay, I have refined some items, right? Items that I want to work on for maybe the next 2 weeks, right? I've refined those items. Then you come to sprint planning, you size those items, you know who is working on those items. Then they give you, so let me say, this item will take maybe 5 days or whatever, right? You already know how long that item will take, right? You already know the expectations, you set your sprint goals. Okay, is it that, for this particular item, what I want is, I just want you guys to maybe test this product to, I don't want to mention too much.
Yeah, it
to
can
maybe
be
to like,
anything.
okay, to maybe pilot, for instance. You don't want it to move to prod, or you want to take it in phases, right? Or maybe you're saying this sprint, I just want it to be on staging, just complete staging, right? That's your sprint goal for that particular item. So it depends. Or maybe you're saying, maybe you want to build a mobile app, let me say more like maybe a reward system or something, right? Maybe there are going to be different phases, different things. You say, okay, for this sprint, I'm picking task A. My sprint goal is to complete task A, right? Even though what you need to bring that feature into fruition is task A, B, C, D, right? But in this sprint, you're saying it's only task A we're focusing on. Once you complete task A, in the next sprint, we can pick task B, right? So that's just really what sprint planning is about, right?
Okay.
Then in the middle of the week, right, I could do maybe like backlog refinements. There could be new things that come up. There could be maybe like a priority item that comes up, right? And then you need to see, okay, what maybe do I need to deprioritize? Does it actually make sense? Do I need to deprioritize anything for this thing, right? Is it something I can say, it can wait, right? Because everything to maybe like the salespeople now is like urgent. It's
very
priority.
urgent.
It's very urgent
because they have targets to
the
meet.
merchant is dying.
Yeah.
We need to. So I mean, really, right? So you just need to analyze. And just see, okay, can I pick it now?
Yes. Like
or is it something that can wait?
Is most urgent and pressing?
Would it actually, if I do this thing, would it maybe benefit more customers as well if I maybe fix this issue, or if I, do you understand?
Or is it something that one person or 1,000 people?
Exactly. So I need to just weigh which one will actually give my merchants more value and make more sense at the end of the day.
Basically, in that sense of you saying backlog, maybe someone was trying to prioritize what was more important
exactly. So that could be the case. In as much as we know that it's affecting merchants, but are you when you try to do that, are your customers able to see the product and say they want to buy? Yes. And you get your money, okay. But but maybe you were concerned about the look and feel, right? But at the end of the day, are they able to see it?
Yes.
They're able to see it. Are they able to click on it and buy? They're able to do that. Are you able to get your money? You're able to do that, right? So those are just the things that we take into consideration, when we're building. Then other things, so we have daily stand-up meetings, right? So that's where, everybody comes. You've already prioritized. You started the sprint. So Jennifer was assigned this task, right? So Jennifer, what did you do on this task today? What are you picking up? What did you do maybe yesterday? What did you pick up? What are you picking up today? What are you expecting to complete today? Do you have any blockers? Do you need us to help you with anything to move? So maybe we need to speak to any stakeholder, or maybe you have an issue with DevOps or something, whatever, right? So we could just reach out to any of those people and then resolve your blockers, and then you're able to complete because you need to meet the sprint goals and objectives. Right. Then I already spoke about backlog refinements, and then there's also something called retro, right? That's where you guys do some form of retrospective, right, on things that happened during the sprints. How did it go? What do you think we should continue doing? What did not go well? And whatnot. And then you act on those items just to make the sprint better for everyone. I mentioned I have stakeholder meetings, right? I have cross meetings, right? So with different teams. So it could be maybe compliance. Maybe today compliance is saying, they found something, right? They want us to work on how we can prevent so and so, right? You obviously have to attend those meetings so that it doesn't impact your product. And then they tell you, we think we want to do 1, 2, 3, right? You tell them, if we do 1, 2, 3, right, I think it's going to affect my customers' transactions, right? Why don't we maybe go this way or this other approach, right? And then you guys meet in the middle, and then they're able to do whatever they want to do. Then what else? I also discuss with developers every day of my life, right? Solutionize for merchants. So there are cases where maybe a merchant needs something and is urgent, or it's a big merchant that is giving you so much revenue, but you cannot neglect them. They're giving you revenue for God and goodness sake. They can decide that today I want to up and move to another provider, right? So all those cases you have to solutionize, right, for those kind of merchants. So what do you guys think we can do here? This is what we need to do, and all that, that's right. Even for new payments as well, everybody needs to understand what they need to do, right? So you have those kind of conversations. And then there are also cases where maybe you have even deployed something in the past, right? And you're like, and you need to monitor maybe it's a new payment method, for instance. You need to monitor like the usage, right, of that maybe particular payment method. If it's a cost optimization implementation that you have done, how much has this thing saved? Yes, how much have we saved from implementing this, right? You also need to check and track things like that. Then also I try to read a couple of things as well, right? Because I really want to understand the in total of how these things work, right? From like the card schemes, how do they process or process their chargebacks and stuff like that, right? So I try to read on stuff like that. So that's really how my day goes. And I also, on Slack, they're always tagging me. Always tagging me. Because people people know that, okay, you're the lead product person for this product, right? So they know that, you would have maybe first-hand information about how this works and whatnot, right? So they tag you, and then you have to obviously support as well on a daily basis. So I'll say that's how my my typical day would go. And then and then also maybe providing updates to SLT, right? The senior leadership. So
great.
That's really it.
I mean, I feel like I've learned a lot. So I have like a few questions because we're running out of time.
Okay.
So this is like 3 in 1.
Okay.
So the first one is, you've mentioned so many technical things.
Okay.
And our audience particularly is for those that are in secondary school still thinking on where do I want to go, university students, and possibly people that are young professionals that are thinking I want to transition. So knowledge, like where can they go to get knowledge on product management, right? Obviously, you can learn on the job, but sometimes you want to get these tools. You mentioned Scrum, Abby, and a whole bunch of other things. So which resources would you recommend for people to learn product management?
Okay. So there are a couple of, would I say, product management institutes that you can learn from. There is Product Dive, there's Trefford, there are a couple of...
Mention them.
Oh, Product Dive.
Okay.
There's Trefford.
Spelled Trefford.
Trefford, Trefford.
Okay, we'll put the links.
Okay, yeah,
they
Trefford.
Have websites,
Yes.
Okay.
So Trefford, and there's Product Dive. There's Utiva as well. So there are a couple that you can, even, it doesn't even have to be... you can go to Coursera, you can go to Udemy.
Okay.
You can go and search for these things and learn on your own, right? You can do some form of self-development, right?
Okay.
That way.
Okay.
What else? You also need, having a mentor is a plus, right? Like I mentioned, I had somebody that held me by the hand, right? So it will just make more sense for you. You'll be able to, you won't make, so many mistakes, right? If you have a mentor. Other resources, learn so much about, tech, the ecosystem. There's Tech Cabal. There are a couple of places that you can go to just learn. Let me just even know.
As well.
You can even, YouTube is, general information, but if you search for anything, you see something shall come out.
Yes.
But you can just, check, sites, read about stuff, and I'm sure that, you'll be fine.
Okay.
You'll be okay.
Assuming I picked up these resources, learned about it, me personally, I'm asking, would I be in a good position to apply for a product management role?
Okay.
Like, again, it's not like medicine where you need to have studied medicine. Exactly. So if I have a finance background, so if I wanted to transition to product management and I dedicated time to learn these things, would it be enough? Would it be enough to at least get into it?
So let me answer the question this way. If you read those things, right, I feel like they are going to be more like theoretical knowledge for you, right? Would you be able to apply some of those things to your work? Absolutely, yes. I would also advise people that that's why, having a mentor is a plus, right? Because that person is already in the industry, right? That person you can say, oh, I need an internship in XXX or whatever, right? Or there's an internship position. Because you are there, you're their mentee, right? They're able to, refer you and say, okay, I have this person, please help me, just give them, even if they're not going to pay you, you have to be able to say, oh, even if you're going to pay me, what I just need here is the experience.
Hands-on experience.
To apply the theory that you have learned. It just gives you more confidence, right? When you're even doing the interviews, yourself, you'll be answering the questions like, I did this thing, now I did this. So it's not a case of, you just read. And then you need to maybe go to ChatGPT to help you to give you the appropriate responses, right?
Yes.
That you give at the interviews.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
So it's not background selective. Anybody can be a product manager.
No, it's not. microbiology by BSc.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I didn't even know that product management existed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It was just a case of me finding myself there and, saying, okay, this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we're solving problems here, and it just gives some form of fulfillment, and like, why not?
Yeah.
Right? We are making people happy, so we are giving value. So why not? Yeah.
I mean, we already touched through like what the working hours like. I know that you mentioned it at some point in your previous job. Even now too, the working hours, like investment banking hours are crazy, medicine hours are crazy. What are the working hours like?
Okay. I mean, I think it really depends on a couple of things.
Okay.
Right? There are different factors to why your working hours could be.
One of them being the time of sprint.
I mean,
okay.
no, not necessarily. No, not even that, right?
Because I've learned time of sprint now. I'm using it very well.
So not even that at all.
Okay.
Your company, right?
Okay.
The culture of your company, right? The role that you're in, right? The portfolio that you have, right? The product portfolio that you manage, right? So if you have like, as maybe like the, let me say, maybe lead product manager, you are managing like 5 products.
Okay.
Let me say, for instance, now,
Yeah.
and you are in a startup. You're going to wear a couple of hats. You can be a product person. You can be a product marketing person. You can be a project manager, right? Obviously, you need to commit some more hours. It's just say common sense, right?
Yeah.
You just need to commit some more hours, right? To make sure that, I need to deliver on this thing, right? And make it work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you need to be able to balance it and make sure you have, good work-life balance, right? So in a startup, obviously, maybe you commit more time. They're just maybe starting. So there's some things you need to try to figure out. There's, a lot of research that you need to do. You're probably maybe like the only one there. So a lot of things will be on your desk. So maybe you would be working, instead of you maybe doing maybe 8 hours in a day, you can be doing maybe like 10, 11 hours. Yeah. Then it could, let me say, there could also be times where maybe you need to do some, maybe in your company, not even maybe a startup now, for instance, maybe even a big, tech company, maybe you have a deliverable to meet, right? And that is very crucial to maybe the organization meeting like maybe a particular milestone or something that they set for themselves for the year. That is just maybe you taking initiative to put in some extra time to make sure that you tie into the vision of this company.
Yeah.
You want them to meet their objectives. So what are the extra things? And I'm not saying that you should just be working like a donkey or whatever, right? You need to be able to balance it yes, as well.
But at some point,
work and also work very smart and not
required. Sometimes you just need to like double down, get it
exactly
done.
Just get things done, right? Take ownership of things. Right? I feel like it's just also part of you taking ownership. And seeing it as your own, right? So that will really go a long way. If you see something as your own, right, you're able to put in so much into it, right? To make sure that this thing actually works out. Yeah.
Especially for a product where like
exactly,
because that's usually like your the baby. Definition. You own the baby.
That product.
Exactly. So
you're birthing more like you're birthing that product. Yeah. So you just really want to see it succeed. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. 2 more questions, but it's one question, right? Because of time. Because of time. So in the next 30 years, like, what does Bamishe see for herself in this industry? That's one of it. Tied into what are the growth prospects of a product manager? Tied into, I'd asked this question earlier that is it only fintechs that's product managers? Yes, so if you can just list like 5 or 3, just list it because sometimes 3 other places that product managers are useful. Your 30-year where you see yourself and growth prospects of a product manager. Okay,
so where are the different industries that product managers can work? Yes. So obviously fintech, right?
Yes,
health tech,
established. Okay,
insure tech.
But it's tech. I'm hearing.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? So different industries are trying to bridge the gap of, incorporating tech into their business needs.
Yes.
And making sure, because if you're not incorporating tech into your business needs, I don't know what you're doing, right? But is it only a tech industry that you can work in as a product person? Obviously not, right? There could be products, so it could maybe not even be the role might not even be called a product manager. It could have maybe because metamorphosized into something else based on that industry.
Because if you're in charge of seeing the vision of a cloth come to life,
exactly,
that is like
so
a physical good.
Exactly. So not necessarily a product like service, not called product manager. It's just a name. It's really the skills that you have that make you who you are, right? So you can obviously maybe work in a clothing line. You're working on a product, right? You're making sure that it gives value to people as well. There are times where you would maybe have some form of I don't know, would I say workshops? I don't know, whatever, right? That is you maybe getting people and getting maybe their first hand view on maybe what you're working on and stuff like that, right? So it's really the skills that make you a product person, and it doesn't have to be product manager. It can be something else based on that industry. So I just think it's just the skills, right, that make us.
But the only thing that when it comes to tech, there are now certain things you need to know, like the whole Scrum and all of that. But you can work in payments, health tech, agri-tech, anything that they're trying to create a technological product makes sense. So the 30 years and then growth prospects of
where do I see myself? Obviously contributing into let's say fintech, because that's more like my core. The payments industry, how we can make things better, right? So how can we make payments more seamless? So obviously contributing heavily into that. I also see myself, more like as a force in the industry, right? So for things maybe regarding payments, like influencing industry policies and frameworks, right? So where they're talking payments, they're able to say, this is what Bamishe envisioned XXX to be, right? And we're looking forward to seeing that happen, because they already know that you have that knowledge about this thing. They know that, if you say XYZ, it's most likely that this is what it is. Right? So really just influencing those frameworks, right? And being in the core of anything payments, right? In the nearest, in 30 years. I also see myself, obviously, impacting young people that also want to, to this, in this same, they want to follow this same career path as well, and obviously want to excel in it, right? You want to break into product management and, excel in it. And I'm very sure that maybe in the next couple of years, right, it might not even be product management again. It will have metamorphosized into something else, because now, that things that are trending, AI and stuff like that. So, it's still product management, but they can just, look for another fancy name to give it. You get what I mean? So, that's really it. In terms of the growth prospects, I think is good prospects for product management is very, very positive. So first of all, you can start off as an associate product manager, right? Move to a junior product manager, then maybe move to like a senior product manager and whatnot, go into the leadership role and all that. Now, because there would always be products that would need to be managed, right? There's going to be a very there's still going to be a high demand for product managers. Like I mentioned, it could just have, that name could have just metamorphosized into something else. And maybe you need to add maybe like 1 or 2 extra skills. So if you are thinking of maybe playing in the product management space, say maybe in another 1, 2, 3 years, there are a couple of things you need to know. So things that are trending now, like I said, like artificial intelligence, how are you thinking of incorporating that into your field, right? As a product manager, if they tell you, this is what we're trying to achieve maybe in the next 2 years as an organization, right? And part of that goal is incorporating AI into XYZ. How are you able to fit into that, right? You're not expecting them to choose you if you don't know anything about AI. Hello, you get what I mean? So for stuff like that, you need to be able to say, in the next 1 to 3 years, right? I need to be able to know this, and this, right? Because I see that this is where the world is going and this is where the world is tilting towards, right? So you just need to check, read stuff, and also follow the trend as well, right? Because you don't want to be left out. Exactly.
Makes sense. Guys, we learned so much today. And Bamshe made several references. So it's important that if you're starting out in your product management journey, you take internship seriously, you try and find a mentor and learn all the skills that you can, because it helps you to put your best foot forward, right? And then when you get into the job, learn to take initiative, learn to take it like as your baby sometimes, because it really is your baby, right? And the way Bamshe has explained it seems like a very interesting career path. So if it's something that you're considering, we encourage you to go into it, do your research as well, speak to other people, and there'll be links in the description box to some of the websites that she mentioned that you can learn some of these skills. And we're rooting for you. We wish you the very, very best. And thank you so much, Bamshe. It was nice having you.
Thank you. It was nice.
I learned a lot
well.
too. And now I know that I can do product management as a backup in case this one is not going well. It will go well in Jesus' name.
Man,
and obviously see you at the top.
Thank you. Definitely.
Thank you.